Tonight on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, we take a closer look on what happened at a Pasco business after a fire destroyed almost all of the inventory. What we found when we returned to the site today. Hey, Stacy.
Hey, gorgeous day in the neighborhood. Check.
As we are dealing with multiple devastating fires throughout the region, fireworks dealers are setting up shop for the big 4th of July holiday. What you need to know. And we talked to the Kennewick Irrigation District about that new mandatory watering schedule, when it goes into effect, how long it'll last, and who doesn't have to follow it.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Well, good Tuesday evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Austin Reed. Alyssa has the evening off. First at 5 tonight, a scene earlier this afternoon called out law enforcement from Kennewick and Pasco after 5 individuals were spray painting in Kennewick right near the fairgrounds. The group drove from the scene together, crossing the cable bridge into Pasco. According to police captain Bill Paramore, the suspect's car was spotted by a PPD officer. The suspect's car pulled into a gas station at Oregon Avenue and Lewis Street. And when the suspects went inside, officials say the Pasco Police Department was able to contain the gas station. Our crews were at the scene as 4 suspects were put into police custody. They say there was a very high police presence at the scene. Officials also say that's due to new police legislation.
Part of the training that we're doing now, based off of everything that we're hearing or that the legislature wants us to do, is they want time, distance shielding, and they want more police officers to show up, because with more police officers, it creates more de-escalation. And so if we can get as many officers here in the area, it tends to end things peacefully, which is what happened today.
Pasco police say they can't confirm if the 4 arrested are minors or adults. We did reach out to the Kennewick Police Department for any updates. We'll keep you posted right here on air and online, applevalleynewsnow.com. Hey, today is a first alert high impact fire day, meaning the conditions are ripe for wildfires in our area. Stacy Lee joins us now with the first look at your first alert weather forecast. Hey, Stacy.
It is a high alert day, but you wouldn't know it by checking out our sky cam. It's peaceful, beautiful out on the Columbia River, and warm, 94 degrees right now. I'll come right back to you.
We're having a few problems with your mic, Stacy. We'll check in with you in just a bit. Let's get back to the news now. Tonight in Pasco, we are following up on information on the fire that destroyed a Pasco business yesterday. Today, we went back and took a look at what's left, and you won't believe what we found at the scene. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma joins us live at Tri-City Pallet. Monique, what did you find?
Thank you, Austin. Now, yesterday when I did my story, I stood right here talking about resources that firefighters were lacking after they discovered that the fire hydrants outside his business weren't working. Today, I returned and find this, a bag covering the fire hydrant saying it is out of service. Now today, firefighters continue to monitor the area to make sure the piled up wood from the burned pallets don't flare up again. I checked in with the owner of Tri-City Pallets, Evaristo Sanchez, and he says with the little amount of pallets that are left of his supplies, he's going to try to keep his 3-decade-old business running. He says he's put years of heart, sweat, and tears into making this business run.
All my savings, because I buy and sell the pallets. So right now I'm just kind of broke, mentally and money-wise. So hopefully, I will recuperate for this, but it's just amazing that they could have been saved.
Now, Sanchez says he is seeking answers from the city of Pasco. Now, Austin, when I spoke to City Councilman Leo Perales at the fire yesterday, he told me keeping these hydrants in working conditions is the city's job. So I went to the city administrative office to find out what the city knew about the non-working hydrants and what it takes to get them fixed. I spoke to Laura McQuad, who is the lead communication and engagement strategist for the city of Pasco. She would only respond in a statement. Now, for that, Austin, I'm going to send it back over to you. For now, reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique. So after several phone calls, Laura McQuabe, whose job title is Lead Communications and Engagement Specialist, responded with an email. Let's take a look at her response on the non-working hydrant claim. She does say one fire hydrant was not operational because of damage to the operating nut, but there were others nearby that were operational and were used by fire agencies. McQuaid writes the city maintains 3,242 fire hydrants, and they are tested on a 2-year cycle. She says the one not working at the Tri-City Pellets fire had been regularly maintained, and it was only yesterday during the response that fire crews discovered it was not working. We will continue to follow this story and keep you updated. Other news now, we are continuing to track updates on the Slide Ranch fire. The fire has been burning in the White Swan and Hera area since last Saturday. Level 1 get-ready evacuation orders remain in place for the area. People are allowed to return to their homes, but they must be able to leave in case the fire spreads. According to the Southeast Washington Interagency Incident Management Team, fire crews are now mopping up the perimeter of the fire. Well, right now it's at 65% containment as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. At this time, the agency says 16 homes have been destroyed, but there have been no fatalities. The agency says crews will continue to monitor and update on the number of structures lost and the acreage that has burned. Right now, it is estimated to have burned 3,054 acres. 4th of July is just about a week away, and in the middle of all these wildfires, fireworks stands are popping up all over the region. Franklin County Fire District 3's Chief Mike Harris says his department is well prepared for the possibility of large fires around the holiday. Chief Harris says it is important, if you want to set off fireworks, do it in the city you bought them in. That's because every city or county has different rules when it comes to what's legal and what's illegal.
And take an example where we're at here. In Franklin County and in Connell, they're illegal. Fireworks are banned. But the city of Pasco does allow them. So on that fringe, where Fire District 3 protects, your neighbor can be allowed to light off your fireworks, but you might not be able to because you live in the unincorporated portion of Franklin County.
All right, coming up new at 6 tonight, we talk with a fireworks stand owner from Walla Walla County. This guy right here. He says he is doing everything he can to help keep customers safe and lower the wildfire risk. All right, we have a health alert for you now. The Surgeon General is issuing a brand new public health advisory saying the leading cause of death among America's children and teens is gun violence. Studies in the U.S. show children 19 and under are more likely to die from a gun than any other cause. An analysis of unintentional firearm deaths among that age group finds that more than half happen in the child's own home. The study shows most often these deaths are related to improper storage and leaving firearms unlocked or loaded. Active shooter drills have become commonplace, and some schools train kids as young as elementary age on how to stop a wound from bleeding out. The Surgeon General's advisory calls for changes like more effective gun laws, safe storage requirements, an assault weapons ban, and universal background checks. Half a century ago, the Surgeon General made tobacco risks a public health priority, a move that reduced smoking rates from 42% in 1964 to less than 12% today. The Surgeon General says he hopes making gun violence a public health focus will have similar results. Turning to your political headlines tonight, the Biden White House's student loan repayment plan is facing more legal challenges. Lawsuits from Kansas and Missouri claim the Biden administration's saving on a valuable educational plan overstepped its authority. The plan lowers borrowers' monthly payments. Judges on those lawsuits approved partial preliminary injunctions, which means two parts of the plan will be halted while the cases are argued. The SAVE program has canceled $5.5 billion in debt for more than 414,000 people. Apo Community Credit Union has donated $40,000 to Children's Village in Yakima and an electric Jeep to a young patient who actually received services from them. Children's Village serves 10,000 families and their children with special needs each year. For some services, there's as many as 700 families on the waiting list. This donation marks the last fundraising needed for a much-needed expansion project, which should be complete by December.
This expansion will help us address some of the waiting lists that we have, specifically around medical specialty services like a pediatric cardiologist, pediatric urologist.
Fundraising is ongoing for an upgrade of Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital's family birthplace. Construction has begun, but they are still $1 million short of their goal. All right, the news at 5 just getting started. When will we see a break from some of this heat? We're going to get Stacy's mic working. She'll check in with a first look at her first alert weather forecast. And we got some clear information on the mandatory watering schedule from the Kennewick Irrigation District. Who doesn't need to follow that mandatory schedule? We'll tell you next as we're on your side.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Niro gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas-electric hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or as a full electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Niro LX gas-electric hybrid starts at just $28,980. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bath Fitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bath Fitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Here's to feeling at home on mountain trails, playing by the river all day, exploring your favorite off-beaten paths and terrains, or simply savoring your favorite foods. Here's to Subaru season. Experience all our hometown summers have to offer with the new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru. Your way home.
Get a new Subaru Outback from McCurley Subaru today with 2.9% financing.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Benton County's opinion on the proposed Horse Heaven Hills Wind project Wednesday after the NBA draft.
Welcome back to Apple Valley News Now, live at 5. Lake Wallula will be undergoing herbicide treatment in an effort to control an invasive plant species from overgrowing. According to information from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, in the Walla Walla district, flowering rush has been spotted along Lake Wallula near the Tri-Cities. The invasive aquatic plant species spreads by seed, bulbils, and fragments. It is difficult to control, but it's not toxic. The Army Corps says it will be doing 5 treatments starting on July 15th. Now, here's what you need to know. Treating this species includes the use of herbicide, and while they won't bother you if you swim or fish, do not let your animals drink from the area of treated water. Notices of treated shorelines will be posted 48 hours before the first treatment. Again, the treatment is expected to start on July 15th. In just under 2 weeks from now, the Kennewick Irrigation District is starting its mandatory watering schedule. Right now, the KID is under a voluntary schedule, but that'll change on July 7th due to drought conditions. KID District Manager Shane Leonard says the end date right now, well, it's unknown.
One of the questions we received was, well, how long is this mandatory schedule going on? That's going to be entirely dependent upon how we work this problem together. So if folks follow the schedule, we'll be able to shorten up that mandatory period of time. If folks don't, then it'll probably extend not just through July, but potentially into August. And so it's entirely dependent upon how well we work together.
KID notes drip irrigation systems and hose watering are not affected by the mandatory schedule, and they're encouraged. You will be allowed to water for 20 minutes per zone on different days based on your address. Our Riley Fitzgerald is going to break down exactly how someone can find out what zone a Kennewick resident is in for the mandatory watering schedule. See her full story tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest from 5 to 7 a.m. Floods and extreme heat pose a dual threat to the Midwest. There are at least 2 confirmed weather-related deaths in Iowa and South Dakota. From ABC News, Alexis Christoforous reports this comes as millions of Americans continue to bake under triple-digit temperatures.
All eyes on the Rapidan Dam in southern Minnesota after record-breaking floods. The stunning pictures showing floodwaters carving a new channel around the century-old structure. ABC's Melissa Adon is there.
Officials warning that a collapse is imminent, and you can see why. You see that raging floodwater threatening homes like the one right there you see behind me.
Storms dumping nearly 18 inches of rain on Blue River County, some buildings barely hanging on.
This is the result of the debris that came down the river overnight, coupled with the extremely high flows.
Officials warning families along the Blue Earth River near Mankato, Minnesota, to be ready to evacuate.
And now the threat of our house, my family house, where I grew up, is threatened by the force of Mother Nature, the water, and you're not stopping Mother Nature.
Mother Nature also taking aim at a railroad bridge connecting Iowa and South Dakota, causing it to partially collapse. Overnight, President Biden declaring a major disaster in Iowa, releasing federal funds for flood cleanup and recovery efforts. Meantime, rising water levels on the Missouri River forcing officials there to shut down parts of Interstates 29 and 680. Major flooding expected along parts of the Mississippi River. While in western Michigan, severe storms overnight knocking out power for more than 100,000 customers. Authorities urging people to stay out of Lake Michigan because of dangerous waves and currents.
That was Alexis Christoforous reporting. Several states are dealing with the flooding disaster and the brutal heat wave at the same time. Dangerously hot temperatures are expected on the West Coast to the Midwest for several more days. But what can we expect to find in our region?
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And that's right. We are dealing with our own severe weather. First alert high impact fire day tomorrow for the Blue Mountains. We've got these warm conditions, dry fuels all through the area. Plus, we could even see some lightning come through the area. Any lightning caused fires could spread rapidly because those winds are also going to be kicking up. So we've got some advice, some tips here on what to do for wildfire safety. Again, adhere to burn bans and warnings. Avoid power tools that can cause sparks. Obey all orders from local fire officials in your area and adhere to those burn bans and warnings. So be safe out there. Again, this is all due to a weather pattern change. We've had that ridge of high pressure. That guy is saying bye-bye, adios. He's out of here. Here comes a warm front on top of a low pressure system right over the region, and that could bring those showers up from the south area, which will cause some convection going through and possibly bring some lightning. Now we're looking more of the lightning strikes to be towards the Blue Mountains. However, we could see a slight chance of thunderstorms all through the region, at least through Thursday, actually. So again, want to be safe out there. Let's talk about those winds. We've had a pretty good, calm couple of days. That's not the case sliding into tomorrow by noon. You're going to start feeling those strong, gusty winds all throughout the area. Hermiston, the Dalles, the Columbia River Gorge, and we even pump up into the 30-mile-an-hour gusts here in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities. Just windy all through the region. Therefore, that high impact fire alert day. So just be aware. Thursday will start off with lighter winds overnight, and then when we get into the morning hours, you'll see those winds picking up once again. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, and all through the region. Yakima Valley is going to be seeing very strong gusty winds on Thursday as well. So a couple of windy days. These hot conditions and dry outside could cause more rapid fires. 94 degrees right now, 11-mile-an-hour winds. Our feels like temp 91. It's a beautiful day. Most people are out getting a little taste of that Columbia River. I've been checking them out, having a good time. Other temperatures in our area were anywhere in the 80s and 90s. 83 Dayton, 93 Walla Walla. It's 89 in Yakima, 86 right now in Ellensburg. Let's talk about temperatures overnight tonight. Going to be pretty pleasant. Those temperatures finally dropping down into the 50s and 60s. Late 59 for Walla Walla, Pendleton, 60 Tri-Cities, Hanford, 62 Prosser, 61 tonight in Yakima. For tomorrow, windy with a chance of thunderstorms, like we said. Fire danger extremely high with these temperatures in the 80s and even 90 degrees out at Hanford. Planning your day for tomorrow, look at those morning temperatures close to 70, so nice and warm. We'll be hitting those mid-80s with those gusty winds by the early afternoon, and we'll stay in the 80s for the midday. Here's a quick peek at your 7-day forecast for Tri-Cities and Yakima. Looking good. Again, the 80s. We're going to climb back up to the low 90s on Saturday in the Tri-Cities, but staying in the 80s for Yakima. So the weekend's looking pretty good overall. In Walla Walla and Hermiston, those gusty, breezy winds there as well. We have a slight chance of thunderstorms coming through the area. And then as you can see on Sunday, we have another system that'll start moving into the area where you can actually see some rain showers in our lower elevations. Right now, 40% chance in Walla Walla with a lesser chance Sunday in the Hermiston area. So active weather, be fire-wise, don't be the spark. I've got your viewer weather photo of the day coming up. Austin?
Hashtag don't be the spark. There you go. All right, Stacey, thank you. Still ahead tonight, Ford is recalling more than 500,000 trucks. Why they say the vehicles need to be fixed, or else it could increase your chance of being in a crash. All your business headlines coming up next.
Jessica Jalol and Jill Sperling. Good Morning Northwest, weekdays on your side.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222. Pasco's Grand Ole 4th of July celebration begins Saturday morning, June 29th at 8 a.m. with the Family Bike Ride. July 4th, Thursday fun begins at Memorial Park with the Kiwanis Breakfast at 7 and the Grand Ole 4th of July Parade at 10. The Camp Patriot Show and Shine at noon with a cardboard regatta at 1, and the free Grand Ole 4th of July Fireworks Show is at Pasco Sporting Complex at 10 that evening. More activities info at PascoGO4.com. That's PascoGO4.com.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens.
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry, you've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
Criminal illegals flooding our southern border and fentanyl flooding our streets. But Dan Newhouse has a plan to fight back. Stop illegal immigration, secure the border, and seize illegal fentanyl.
We need to keep pushing hard, working hard to stop the illegal flow of people and the illegal flow of drugs.
Call Congressman Newhouse and tell him to keep fighting to stop the illegal flow of people and drugs at the southern border.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your community Chevy dealers.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hit.
Call 853-2222.
We are back now with business news. Ford is recalling more than 550,000 of its pickup trucks because of a risk of transmission malfunctions. The NHTSA says this recall covers some F-150 trucks made in 2014. The problem is the potential loss of a signal between the powertrain and the transmission. That can result in the truck downshifting into first gear no matter how fast it's going. The agency says the abrupt change can cause drivers to lose control of the vehicle and increases the risk of a serious crash. Stacey Lee has a final look at our forecast, but first, here's what's up next on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Coming up on World News Tonight, the severe weather threat as we come on the air. Multiple states, 75 million Americans under alert. Ginger Z is here. Also in New York City, the manhunt focused on Central Park. And the famous actress now battling Alzheimer's. We're next.
Jessica Jalol and Jules Sperling. Good Morning Northwest, weekdays on your side.
If you think a little change in dinner plans would bother Dee Dee,
then you'd be wrong. Let's roll, guys. Good. Hey, split up.
yep, when it comes to dining out, Dee Dee knows how to roll. From all you can eat to the best burger this side of Mount Adams, Mexican food, pizza, or Asian fusion, it's always fine at Legends. Legends Casino Hotel, because fun is how we roll.
Walla Walla Regional Airport, the gateway to your next vacation. As spring and summer travels approach, plan your flights through Walla Walla Airport. We offer free parking, and we have 2 Alaska flights to Seattle daily, making your travel easy and convenient. Take the time off, explore the world, and create memories that will last a lifetime. Walla Walla Airport, your connection to your next vacation. Book today. AlaskaAir.com. Your destination awaits.
It's 1,000 miles from here, but our open southern border is costing us billions and bringing deadly drugs into our communities. The rich are doing just fine, but working families are struggling. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message because even though the political establishment told me to wait my turn, I'm running for Congress now to secure the border and lower the cost of living because Washington families can't afford to wait any longer.
Pasco's Grand Ole 4th of July celebration begins Saturday morning, June 29th at 8 a.m. with the Family Bike Ride. July 4th, Thursday fun begins at Memorial Park with the Kiwanis Breakfast at 7 and the Grand Ole 4th of July Parade at 10. The Camp Patriot Show and Shine at noon with a cardboard regatta at 1, and the free Grand Ole 4th of July fireworks show is at Pasco Sporting Complex at 10 that evening. More activities info at PascoGO4.com. That's PascoGO4.com.
Do you like this one? I think this is my favorite. Okay. Hon, what do you think of this one?
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
Wow, is this going to be ready in time for the baby?
Absolutely. From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower update.
A 26-mile-long wind farm in our backyard? Benton County's planning manager talks to us about the Horse Heaven Hills project.
Benton County is mandated by the state to protect and conserve agricultural land.
The fight over Horse Heaven Hills. Apple Valley News Now, Wednesday after the NBA draft.
Bikes, pancakes, a parade, the cardboard regatta, fireworks, and so much more as Apple Valley News Now welcomes Pasco's Grand Old 4th of July celebration. Get more information at PascoGO4.com, and we'll see you at Pasco's Grand Old 4th of July.
Welcome back. It was hot today.
It's hot
still
today.
hot.
It didn't quite get as hot as we thought. They were saying like 96 or 98. Not quite that hot, but still a warm day. But the wind's coming back, so never fear.
No.
The weather's here, right?
Never fear the weather's here.
And let's take a look at our viewer photo of the day. Beautiful. Our friend Dee. She sent me a couple new ones today, too.
Oh,
Dee, I hope you enjoyed that bike ride today and got it done out of the way early. If you want to get your weather photos on TV, the QR code on the right side of the screen, use your smartphone and snap that. It'll take you right to where you need to go to upload your photos, or simply go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. All right, let's take a look at your day tomorrow. Looking good. Warm temps in the morning, nice afternoon, but those gusty winds are back. Fire danger remains high. A quick sneak peek at that 7-day forecast. We've got those breezy, gusty winds, and the temperature roller coaster continues into our first official week of summer. Here's what Walla Walla and Hermiston look like as well. So again, like I said earlier, don't be the spark.
Yeah, I like that. We got to do a hashtag of that.
There we go.
Just put it on social media. World News Tonight with David Muro is next. We'll be back at 6.
See you then.